Hi, I'm Dana. I'm married to Sean and we have 5 wonderful children. We live up on a hill in northeastern Oklahoma and we've been up here about 3 years and we have just a growing interest in growing more of our own food, producing more sustainability, and we just want to show you a bit of what we have been able to accomplish so far in our first 3 years. So we'll start with our fig tree. We planted this our very first year up here. And we've been excited to see it really start to take off with its growth this year. We thought that after the first year it was dead, but clearly it's not, and it is growing and thriving, and we hope this will produce some fruit for us in time. Awesome. So we're right next to our driveway right now. So we're near the front of the house. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we are on a 1/4 of an acre lot. So not a lot of land, but a nice size little piece of property that we have, and so we're trying to make the most of this space that we have in this season. So moving on, we have a mulberry tree that we also planted our first year.
This is a dwarf mulberry tree.
And it is really taking off, especially this year.
I need a weed eat around it, sorry. I have to say that.
We're seeing more growth and again, hoping that we produce some fruit with this in time.
We use a no-till method. Back to Eden really was inspirational to us. And for 2 years, we almost thought that thing was going to die. So it's really just now taking off.
The wood chips seem to really feed and nourish the soil. So anytime we see tree trimmers out here, we say, please come and dump your chips in our
So what is
driveway.
this stick I'm looking at, Dana?
This stick is one of our dwarf apple trees that we just planted within the last 6 months. It has not been very happy with us this summer. It's not dead. We still have some green here, but it's looking a little sickly. We're hopeful though, because our history with our fig and our mulberry, we didn't think they were going to make it, and they did. So we're hoping that this will as well. Here is another apple tree, and these are supposed to be able to cross-pollinate with each other. And again, the hope is that we can produce some of our own apples here in the future.
So if you've grown your own trees and things, and you know a little bit about what's going on, because we don't, please let us know in the comments.
We have put down strawberries up in the front a couple of different times now. They have not done as well. But this summer has been a little more mild and they seem to be doing okay as of right now. We're hoping that they really put down a good root system this season and start to spread. But now we're going to move back to the best part, and that is our backyard garden space, which started out very small our first year, and we've been able to greatly expand it with soil being prepared for even more growing room in the future. Excuse the loud cicadas and our air conditioner in the back.
And
the garden path that is halfway done.
Okay, so what was over here, Dana?
So we have some green peppers growing that they're doing okay. We haven't really gotten much of a harvest of those. But this little extra space here was all potatoes. And we've had our best potato harvest yet. The soil up here, we were warned we would not be able to grow on it, that it was really clumpy, really rocky clay, but the wood chips have done magic over the last few years. And we had a huge potato harvest. He even built me a special potato bin that fits right on the kitchen counter to store all the wonderful potatoes we were able to harvest, and we've been enjoying those regularly.
So what is this right here that's going to seed?
This was our salad patch, all of our different lettuces, which we got so many wonderful salads out of over the spring and early summer. As the heat of July, the lettuce was really starting to get bitter, so we decided just to let this go to seed so we can harvest the seeds and replant again the next season. But here we have our cucumbers that have just totally taken off. Again, a couple years ago, they didn't do much of anything, but the wood chips seem to be working their magic, and we have just been...
What else were you growing here?
We had sugar snap peas, and we got...
They still seem to be hanging in there.
Yes, we've been also letting those go to seed, but we've really enjoyed coming out and picking those to go with our lettuce every day.
And our cucumbers we've been overlooking them and then just going nuts, getting big giant ones.
We get some really big ones. Our chickens love them if they get too big for us to eat. We do have chickens too. And
there's a good sized one right there on the other fence. Okay. We need to get that before we get in.
Okay. So it's been really fun to come out here and just pick food. We also have...
I'm eating one of the cucumbers now.
Multiple varieties of tomatoes, everything from beef steak to the little cherry tomatoes, and we need to get better fence fencing, what we have is a little too flimsy. It couldn't stand up to the weight of the tomato plants, which again, these have just taken off. Our first year growing, things stayed alive, and that was about it. We got maybe a handful of produce from it. This year, we're having a hard time keeping up. We have more than enough we've been able to share. It's been really exciting. You kind of look through here. Yeah, we've got quite a few to come out here and harvest here in just a little bit. We had also had...
It looks like somebody's been gotten in here because there's a lot of tomatoes on the floor right there. Wow.
Yeah. We also were growing some string beans in the back by the cucumbers. We had some more pea pods that have been over on the side. And then just lots and lots of variety of tomato. And you can see where our...
I have some wire. I could string that fence up. Or get another stake in there to help support it.
And again, this is something we are very much in the early process of learning and growing as gardeners.
A lot of tomatoes are ready right there. Sorry, I'll shut up.
If you have tips on tomato growing and ways to do this more effectively, or we are open to suggestions. When we first started our garden, probably where the cucumbers start on the other side of that fence was about where our garden ended. So we have greatly expanded it, and if we pan around here, you can see all the soil.
1 second. We also grew sugar snap pea. I think she mentioned that. We had a couple different varieties, string beans. We did not okra this year. We did, what was the other thing we grew? That was right next to the potatoes.
I'm not sure.
Garlic.
Our garlic.
Our garlic didn't turn out as well as we hoped it did.
That's why I'm not remembering.
Excuse me.
Our 10-year-old daughter's little garden patch. She got to just plant whatever she wanted. So she did some zucchini. I think she's got a cucumber in here somewhere. She planted some flowers. She has basil. It's really nice. It's just to grab a cherry tomato and a fresh basil leaf as a snack. It's so good.
Few of her all of our squash has died in here. We've had to pull out our squash. Our chickens keep getting into her kale.
Yeah,
they
really
love that stuff.
Kale, and then we have this area all back here is all the soil that is just being prepared for planting, and we have a lot of things that have just seeded themselves. So we think that we have pumpkins over here.
Yep.
So we smashed up some pumpkins. We have some tomato plants, random tomato plants that have just self-seeded them. So that's fun.
We have quite a few of those.
And then sometimes we have let the chickens in here just to dig stuff up. And oh, you can see our birds over here coming to visit, hoping to get a treat from us. We have 7 barred rock chickens, and we've not had to buy eggs for several months now, which has been amazing.
Say hi, girls. I need to do some more weeding. Say hi.
This is a very nice, docile breed. They're very
kid-friendly.
Very family-friendly, yes. Our kids can be around them without any concern, and they lay nice, beautiful brown eggs, and they're friendly birds.
What's funny is you see the one with it has a mohawk instead of the normal comb. We had a really bad frost, and they got frostbite on them, and pieces fell off. So the ones with mohawks had the worst damage.
Yeah, we were up in Minnesota visiting family, and we had a friend house sitting, and the birds did the best they could in the very, very cold temperature. Okay, and then over here we have planted blackberry bushes. We had a lot more a year or so ago, and some of them ended up dying off, but they're starting to spring back. Our hope is that in time, this whole area along the side of the house will just be full of blackberry bushes. The nice thing is they really do grow like weeds, and so even though some of them died off, we have some that are established, and they'll keep sending out their runners, and we hope to get a good berry harvest from that as well.
So do you think this year has been a successful year?
This year has been a very successful year, especially in comparison to our first couple years where we were told we probably couldn't even grow much up here. It's been exciting to see the garden really just spring to life this year, and so we're really hopeful about what all we can produce as time goes on. So thank you for watching our first video and staying with us through our little garden tour. Hope you have a great day.